Again, very, very grateful to all of you. We are discussing from the first canto, 7th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, a very exciting section. This is, and well, I've just made a PowerPoint presentation which will help us to actually go through the slokas nicely. Okay. So Srimad Bhagavatam contains 3 P's. The first P is pastime. The second P is philosophy. And the third P is prayers. I remember when I was a new reader of Srimad Bhagavatam, I used to love the stories and pastimes. And whenever some kind of philosophy come, okay, philosophy I'll go through quickly. Prayers, these people speak the same thing again and again. Fast, finish, done. So prayers were like full speed. Whatever, like nowadays in YouTube, they're able to do 1.5x, 2x. I used to do 10x. And somehow go through the prayers fast. Oh yeah, chalo, khatam, it's done for good. But as and when I kept growing in my experience of reading Bhagavatam, slowly and slowly, I started relishing the prayers. And it appears to me that ultimately, if Srimad Bhagavatam is like the milk, of course, Srimad Bhagavatam is compared to the sar, the milk, then the prayers are the very condensed rabdi. Yes, that's a condensed rabdi. There's Ekadashi going on here, and we are talking about rabdi and feast. That's allowed in Krishna consciousness, no problem. At least in Bhagavatam class, we can talk about it. We're not eating it, we're talking about it. So the condensed milk of Srimad Bhagavatam, the essence of Bhagavatam is contained in these prayers. Yeah, so as and when we grow and advance in bhakti, the more we need to get deeper in understanding the various prayers. The prayers of Kunti Maharani. So many a times people say Kunti Maharani's prayers are the first prayers in Bhagavatam. No, there are prayers before that also. So one such example of the prayer which is there before us is from the 7th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are going to be discussing this very special section of Arjuna offering prayers to Krishna. Yes, Arjuna offering prayers to Krishna. We are going to be discussing the 5 shlokas, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. These 5 shlokas will be discussed. So before we move to this, we want a brief recap of what happens in this chapter. I'll disable the annotation so there are no painters. Okay, so this chapter begins with the meditation of Vyasadeva. Meditation, Vyasadeva is deeply meditating on Krishna because he has got an instruction from Narad Muni. Etadbhi atura chittanam marta spashreshayamuhu bhavasindhu plavo drishto haricharyanu varnanam. I want you to continuously glorify the Lord's pastimes. And that special pastime of Srimad Bhagavatam, I want you to give it to the whole world as a gift. So Vyasadeva is meditating on what exactly should I do to fulfill this instruction of my spiritual master. That's what is the duty of disciple, to meditate on Guru's instructions. What will please my Guru? So Vyasadeva does that in the first part. And then later on, successfully he is able to compile, because of his sadhana, he is able to compile Srimad Bhagavatam. And he, as soon as he receives the Bhagavatam, he compiles it. One of the person whom he teaches Srimad Bhagavatam is Shukadeva Goswami. Yes? So Shukadeva Goswami, because the sages of Naimisharanya were very interested to know about the heroes of Bhagavatam. Who are the heroes of Bhagavatam? Shukadeva and Parikshit. हम इन दोनों के बारे में, we want to know about these two people. So Shukadeva Goswami learns Bhagavatam from Vyasadeva, and there is an introduction of Parikshit Maharaj. Yes, so before we talk about Parikshit Maharaj, we have to talk about his descendants. So the story goes in the setting of the 19th day of Mahabharata war. So the war happened for 18 days. And there were different people who were the commander-in-chief. For 10 days, Bhishma was the commander-in-chief. That's why it's called Bhishma Parva. For 5 days, Dronacharya was the commander-in-chief. It's called Drona Parva. For 2 days, Karna was the commander-in-chief. It's called Karna Parva. Yes, half a day, Shalya, Madhur Naresh Shalya, who was tricked by Duryodhan, cunning fellow. He tricked him and he took him on his side. So half day he was the commander-in-chief. And the last half day, that's the 18th day's half day, it was Bhima versus Duryodhana. And everything was over. And it's done for good. And now what happens is the 19th day. Everybody is resting. The war is done now. Duryodhana is over. The villain is dead. So the war is dead. It's over. So they were all taking rest. And as they were taking, I think they've opened the door again. Please tell them not. We have evening kirtans in our temple, and the place where I'm sitting is very close to temple hall. So some transcendental devotees opens his heart and he opens his door also. Let the sound vibration go everywhere. But somehow I get transcendently disturbed. I think it's taken care of now. So on the 19th day, what happens? Actually, what goes on in the mind? Three people are left. Yes, Ashwathama and Kripacharya, along with Bhuri Shrava, they are left. They're left in the battle. So then these three of them discuss that actually Bhima, what he did to Duryodhana was cheating. You're not supposed to attack below the belt. And this is a very famous phrase, below the belt, today. So you should not hit below the belt. They have done it. So what we should do? We will also cheat. So there was one Akshauvini army of Pandavas left. They killed everybody in the sleep on the 18th night. And Ashwathama, he had promised Duryodhana, I will get you the heads of the Pandavas. And Duryodhana was almost going to die. His spine was broken. He was just counting his last few breaths. He was happy. Yes, please, friend, get it, get it. I encourage you to do it. That very night, Krishna had told the Pandavas, it's been a long time we have slept underneath the tent. Can we sleep somewhere outside now? Natural experience. What can be more natural? Let's sleep underneath the sky. And Pandavas agree, chalo, chalte hai. Jeet ki khushi mein sab chalta hai. No, let's celebrate the victory by sleeping outside. So they sleep outside. And then there were the 5 children of Pandavas from Draupadi who were sleeping in the tent. So Ashwathama comes there and thinking them to be Pandavas. Now Pandavas' children looked like the Pandavas only. Even if you see Krishna's son, Pradyumna looked exactly like Krishna. And Pradyumna's son, Anirudh, looked exactly like Pradyumna. So there's a lot of, in Vedic times, since everything was pure, even the face cuts were pure. They all used to look alike. So just by seeing, well, you are the son of Bhima, you are the son of Yudhishthir, Arjun, they could say. So he thought these 5 are the Pandavas, exactly. There's one guy who's strong, other 2 small guys, and other 2 guys are like, of equal height and status. They were all sleeping. In the sleep, he killed and beheaded the 5 children of Draupadi, mistaking them to be the 5 Pandavas, and he brought them to Duryodhana and gave it to Duryodhana. My dear friend Duryodhana, here is a gift that I wish to offer you. Duryodhana said, what have you brought? I have brought the head of the 5 Pandavas. Duryodhana said, offer it to me, give it to me. Now, when you are going to die, the eyesight, it reduces a lot. So he was not able to see much clearly, but he was trying to touch and feel. As soon as he touched the heads, Duryodhana felt, Arey, what is this? These are not the Pandavas. I know those guys are very strong fellows. These appear to be the heads of some small children. What have you done? How did you kill them? He said that I killed them in sleep. Duryodhana said, rascal, nonsense. What you have done is nonsense. I am very displeased with you. And Duryodhana dies. He dies. He was born displeased. He lived displeased, and he dies displeased. So he couldn't even get the satisfaction of his enemies being dead. At least think that thought also. He died. This is the life of a person who performs adharma. So he died in sheer displeasure. And that's what happened. So now, next day, Draupadi wants to see, my sons have not come for the morning program. What happened? Mangalarti didn't come. They didn't come for Bhagavatam class also. At least they must be tired. They'll come for prasadam. She thought like that. But they have not come. So she's quite worried and she goes to the tent. And there's a loud shriek, a loud sound that comes out from the tent. And everybody says, Kya ho gaya? What happened? What happened? Everybody comes. And that time, it is found that Draupadi's 5 children are dead without heads. There's no head. And in Vedic culture, organ donation is something which is not legal. Because we borrow everything from the Virata Purusha. And we have to, at the time of death, everything has to be offered back to Virat Purusha. You can't say, okay, I have one kidney, that guy's got one kidney of mine, that fellow has got my 2 eyes, he will give it to you. You can't say that. Whatever you have borrowed, you have to give it back. You have to settle the score with the Virat Purush. Yes. So that's what happened. So they cannot even perform the Antim Kriya. It's what a situation. So Pandavas faced crisis one after the other. Even after the war, they had to face this crisis. Who said it's easy to be devotees? Yes, it's not very easy. There's a lot of crisis. And then Arjuna finds out that who has done this work? Only the person who has survived can do this, and this is the work of that Ashwathama. So he tells Draupadi, he tells her very clearly that you please don't do anything, don't take a bath also. I will get the blood of that rascal and give you a bath. I will stand on that fellow's head, and then you take a bath. So now what happens is Arjuna goes to chase Ashwathama, and Ashwathama understands my life is finished. Arjuna, first of all, I'm fighting Arjuna who can never lose. Number 2, Krishna is with him. And number 3 is angry. Why? He's not going to spare me. I'm going to die. So seeing no resolve, what Ashwathama does is he invokes Brahmastra. So Prabhupada translates this Brahmastra as nuclear weapon. Yes, he translates this as Vedic nuclear weapon. So Ashwathama wanted to have a nuclear war. And this Brahmastra is so powerful that it lit up the entire universe. And everything was like shining. Nobody was able to see anything. At this point of time, we are going to go to verse number 22, where Arjuna is going to do something. Now Arjuna speaks up. After experiencing this situation, after experiencing this, he's going to start to talk. So Arjuna uvacha Krishna Krishna Mahabaho Bhaktanam Abhayankara
Bhaktanam Abhayankara
Tam Eko Dayyamananam Apavargosi Samsrite.
Apavargosi Samsrite.
See, this is the ecstasy. Krishna, Krishna. Twice he's calling. So somebody is in ecstasy or excitement. Then he calls Krishna, Krishna, Krishna 2-3 times. So Krishna, Krishna, Mahabaho. Usually in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna calls Arjuna Mahabaho. And now Arjuna is calling Krishna Mahabaho. Yes, because that time Krishna wanted Arjuna to fight. Now Arjuna wants Krishna's help. I'm ready to fight. Now you are Mahabaho. Bhaktanam Abhayankara. Yes, there's a devotee in our communities. His name is Abhayankar Krishna Prabhu. Because you will make him free from all fear. When Hari is here, why fear? They say that. Abhayankara. Yes. Tvam eko dayyamananam. Now what is this dayyamananam? Dayyamananam means you are the only resolve for those people who are burning. Who is burning? Where is the fire? Yes. The fire of material existence, and it's all of us who are burning in that fire of material existence. That's why every day, I remember once I was in Juhu temple. This was the first time I stayed in Juhu Brahmachari Ashram. And what happens in Juhu Brahmachari Ashram at 3:30 a.m. in every room in the ashram they have a loudspeaker. Suddenly starts Samsara Dava Nalalida Loka Tanaya Karuna Gana Ganatva. So it's Prabhupada in the morning at 3:30 a.m. What is he saying? Samsara Dhavanal, you're all getting roasted. You're getting burnt in this fire of material existence. You get to hear that 3:30 in the morning. So what do? Wake up, man. Wake up, go take bath. That's a very wonderful way of waking you up, right? Prabhupada telling you, Samsara Dhavanal Lida Loka. It's burning. Get up. When we childhood, we used to play a game. Fire in the mountain, run, run, run. Fire in the mountain, run, run. Similarly, there's fire in the universe. Get up, get up, get up. Uttishtata, Jagrita. Put off that fire. Go for the Mangalarti. That's what Prabhupada reminds us. Apavargosi samsritya. You are the right person for taking us out of this blazing fire of mental existence and situating us in the realm of Vaikuntha, where there is absolutely no misery, getting us out of this samsara. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. What we'll do is I have highlighted some section of purport. I'll be reading the whole purport, but I'll emphasize on that which is highlighted. Arjuna was aware of the transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna, as he had already experienced them during the Kurukshetra war, in which both of them were present. Excuse me. Therefore, Arjuna's version of Lord Krishna is authoritative. Krishna is almighty and is specially the cause of fearlessness for the devotee. A devotee of the Lord is always fearless because of the protection given by the Lord. A devotee of the Lord is always fearless because of the protection given by the Lord. Material existence is something like a blazing fire in the forest, which can be extinguished by the mercy of the Lord. We will focus on the highlighted part. Even if you see when Krishna explains the quality of a person who is having a Devi Sampat. Devi Sampat means who has taken shelter of Krishna. The first thing is Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhir Jnana Yoga Vyavastitah Dhanam Damascha Yajnamscha Swadhyaya Tapa Arjavam. It starts with Abhayam. This is the first quality in the 16th chapter. The first verse where Krishna calls the devotee Abhayam. And what is the name of our founder Acharya? Abhay. They don't know Abhay Charanarvind. Even after getting, normally when a person gets a sannyasi name, he doesn't keep the previous initiated name. No. But Prabhupada still kept that. A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Abhay Charanarvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami. I personally say that in the fire of material existence, he gives AC to all of us, air conditioning. He gives that to all of us. Our AC Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And this is one of the symptoms of surrender also. Yes, symptoms of surrender is Avishya Rakhibo Krishna. Rakshishyati iti Vishwaso. We should have complete faith that Krishna will protect us. That's why if you see, once what had happened was in the LA temple, there was somebody in the early morning time, he had blasted a crude bomb. This was in 1970s, early 70s. He bursted a crude bomb. There was some property damage, but there was no as such casualty of a devotee. Devotees never had any damage. So they all reported the situation to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, what should we do? Prabhupada said, ISKCON is growing. ISKCON's enemies are also growing. Number 3. ISKCON's enemies will grow and take some action. Number 4. So we have to take shelter of Narsimhadev and be fearless. So that's when Prabhupada told that in the Mangalarti, Narsimharti should be added. Because in 1966, Swamiji gave the mantra Hare Krishna Mahamantra. In 1967, he gave the Narsimharti. So very early on, before even Mangalarti was introduced, morning program was introduced, Prabhupada understood the envious elements will increase. To make my devotees fearless, I have to teach them Narsimharti. That is why before we travel anywhere, we sing Narsimharti. Do we have that practice? Before we go to workplace, before we come to temple, while traveling, and especially when you're leaving outside the house, we should always remember Narsimhadev Bhagwan. So we should traveling, we should always remember Narsimhadev Bhagwan and chant the Narsimha Arti. Alright, let's move ahead. The same purport, next paragraph. The spiritual master is the mercy representative of the Lord. Therefore, a person who is burning in the flames of material existence may receive the rains of mercy of the Lord through the transparent medium of the self-realized spiritual master. The spiritual master by his words can penetrate into the heart of the suffering person and inject knowledge transcendental, which alone can extinguish the fire of material existence. So every day we sing this Samsara Dava Nalalida Loka Tranaya Karunya Ghanaganatvam Praptasya Kalyana Gunaranavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. So what exactly does Guru do? Guru's greatest gift is his Vani. And we are all so fortunate to be born in Kali Yuga because we can all record the Vani, even record videos. Yes, at least of my spiritual master, there is video recordings of his lectures available since 2007. So what a wonderful Yuga is Kali Yuga. Anytime you want to connect to Guru, switch on YouTube and see the video collection, Nectar series, whatever. And you can listen to the lecture. Srila Prabhupada's every single lecture is recorded. Every single morning walk is recorded. His room conversations are recorded. And they all are a very wonderful part of, it's all coming in one flash drive. High quality. Sometimes you're not able to hear, understand Prabhupada's accent. There is Veda base available with transcription. You can see, listen at the same time and get the Vani. How much benefit? But Durdaivam idrisham nihajani nanuraga. We don't have taste for this Vani. Very unfortunately. Yes. There was one person. He came to me and said, I have collection of all Prabhupada lectures. I have collection of all my Guru Maharaj lectures. But I asked, how often do you hear? Oh, that I don't do, Prabhu. वो नहीं करता. I only keep it with them. Bhagavad Gita as it is, lectures as it is. No, it's not meant to be kept as it is. In fact, it's very essential for a disciple. How many of you are disciples already? You have taken initiation. Okay. How many of you are aspiring disciples? You're aspiring to take initiation. Very good. How many of you are aspiring disciples? I think by now everybody would have lifted their hands. Okay. I wanted to ensure everybody has some exercise, stretching. It's our duty to every day come in contact with the spiritual master's one. Every day. When His Grace Radhesham Prabhu sent me to Kharadi, I asked him, I went with notebook and pen. Is there any instruction for me of how I should run the project? What is the vision? What all things I should take care? What is your expectation? I thought he's going to give me a big plan and vision for the next 50 years. God knows we'll live, but anyway, I thought I'll get that vision. He just told me one thing. Every day, listen to your spiritual master's lecture. That's it. You take care of this, you'll be successful. That's all that he told. I actually asked him, Prabhuji, is that all? He said, yes, that's all. He will take care of everything. Every day, listen to your spiritual master. So what a powerful instruction that was. And fortunately, by Lord's mercy, I'm able to keep that up. I personally have taken a commitment for myself. No matter what happens, wherever I am, every day I'll come in contact with Prabhupada's purports and Prabhupada's lectures. I will every day come in contact with my spiritual master's Vani. Every day I will memorize at least one shloka, or at least I'll revise. And of course, needless to say, I will complete my 16 rounds and Gayatri without fail. The vows that I have taken, no matter what happens. So we all, how to become strict devotees. That strictness comes in spiritual life when we take vows. You don't have to say it to anybody. Take a vow, offer an obeisance to Srila Prabhupada every time you meet him, and speak out your vow to Prabhupada that you give me a blessing that I am able to keep up my vows. Every time I take a vow, I go and pray to Prabhupada. It's going on because of Prabhupada's blessings. But it is actually a regulatory principle for a disciple to every day come in contact with Guru. Every day. We need it. You may start small. Prabhu, I'll hear 5-minute clip. No problem. I'll probably hear some small snippets of Prabhupada's lecture. No problem. I'll read 1 page of Bhagavatam. No problem. Yes. But we have to come in contact with this one. It's very important. Because that will be the source of us to come out of this material existence. Otherwise, this burning material existence will keep feeling the burning more and more. Will not come out of it. Right? We'll go to the next paragraph. Okay, so next shloka. Tvamadya purusha sakshat Ishvaraha prakrite paraha Mayam yudasya chichaktya Kaivalye stita atmani. Translation. You are the original personality of Godhead who expand yourself all over the creations and are transcendental to the material energy. You have cast away the effects of the material energy by dint of your spiritual potency. You are always situated in the eternal bliss and transcendental knowledge. So, Krishna is Arjuna's friend, philosopher, guide, guru, and also God. He's playing all the roles for Arjuna. So Arjuna has this experience of Krishna casting away the material energy, the influence of Maya, If you see this prayer of Arjuna, it is very similar to Kunti Maharani's prayer. She also says the first prayer that Kunti Maharani offers is, so she starts with this prayer where she says that Namasye Purusham Tvadyam. See, Adyam comes, Purusha, Tvam also comes. Ishvara Prakrite Param. Same. So same two lines. Namasye Purusham Tvadyam Ishvara Prakrite Param Alakshayam Sarva Bhutanam Antar Bahiravastitam. Same way, Alakshyam Sarva Bhutanam, you are covered by Yoga Maya, because of which we are not able to see. Very similar. Very similar. Kaivalya Sthita Atman. So Arjuna's prayer and Kunti Maharani's prayer, very similar. Purport. The Lord states in the Bhagavad Gita that one who surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord can get released from the clutches of nescience. Krishna is like the sun, and Maya or the material existence is just like darkness. Wherever there is light of the sun, darkness or ignorance at once vanishes. The best means to get out of the world of ignorance is suggested here. The Lord is addressed herein as the original personality of Godhead. From him, all other personalities of Godhead expand. The all-pervasive Lord Vishnu is Lord Krishna's plenary portion or expansion. The Lord expands himself in innumerable forms of Godhead and living beings along with his different energies. Hare Krishna. Okay. So what is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita? What does Krishna tell, instruct? Ultimately, it is surrender. Yes, it is surrender. And practical way to surrender to Krishna is through spiritual master. Who is the spiritual master? Spiritual master is the medium who actually makes you surrender to Krishna. This is something that has to be remembered. We cannot directly surrender to Krishna. We have to surrender through the spiritual master. His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj, a very amazing disciple of Srila Prabhupada, somehow in his, he was a student of Boston University, US. He had a desire to have a guru. Somewhere from inside said, I need a guru. So there was one Zen monk who was coming to his place in Boston. So he was very, very attached. He thought that I'll go and figure out this Zen monk. So he said that, well, I want to make this Zen monk as my guru. But the organizer said, no, the Zen monk doesn't accept any disciple. Huh? And Giriraj Maharaj thought that if he is not accepting a disciple, he is not compassionate. He is not wanting to distribute his mercy. Guru should be compassionate, so he cannot be my guru. So he rejected him. Then he went to another fellow with saffron robes. He had just come to the airport of Boston. He thought of going and receiving him. But he went and embraced his female disciple. Oh, what is this? A saint should not be so lusty. No, not good. Next. Then he went to another master. He was following another path. So he wanted to have a personal audience with him. He was invited. He went half an hour before. And he went half an hour before and he was watching. That guru was playing golf. And he's playing golf. How mundane. I cannot go. Then he went to another master, spiritual master, so-called guru. So he went to him and he was just simply accumulating material possessions, having gold and everything. He said, this fellow also cannot be guru. Finally, one fine day he met, there is another guru coming. So he was finally having a hope. This person should be that person. I ultimately want a guru. So he went up to him. And there was Prabhupada. Prabhupada finished his lecture. And after the lecture, he asked any questions. Giriraj Maharaj asked that there are so many gurus. And each guru speaks different philosophy. And each of them say that their philosophy is right. What do you have to say? Prabhupada looked eye to eye. He looked eye into eye to Giriraj Maharaj and asked him, do you want to serve God or become God? He was taken aback. Because just very recently in his room, he had written on his wall, I am God. And that really shook him. He said, this person has to be my spiritual master, and I would like to surrender to this person and lifelong serve him as my master eternally. So he developed that wrong. Correct? So A disciple has only two business. The first business is to take instructions from Guru, and the second business is to meditate and execute them. Yes, take instructions from Guru, meditate and execute those instructions. There's no other instruction, right? And the main instruction of the spiritual master, the most important, is to take responsibility of our japa. This is the most important instruction of Guru. Chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And if you see in the time of initiation, these are the vows that we take in front of the spiritual master. And I will chant minimum 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra on beads as attentively as possible. The first instruction of Guru is to chant the holy name. I remember hearing a lecture on responsibility by my spiritual master. So I thought in that lecture, the first time I was hearing, I thought Maharaj is going to tell about, come on, let's take responsibility of the preaching mission. Let's go and preach. Let's make everybody Krishna conscious. But that lecture was about the first responsibility is to chant the holy name. He never said finish the chanting. Finish your rounds. No, there's nothing called finishing your rounds. Once a disciple asked Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, I have struggled to finish my rounds. Finish what? Prabhupada asked. Huh? Finish what? You never finished chanting. Prabhupada said. 1600 rounds. But chant. Keep chanting. Go on chanting. So Prabhupada never ever spoke anything about completing rounds, finishing rounds. Whenever he would say 16 rounds minimum. Yes, very important. 16 rounds minimum. That's what he would say. Next. But Sri Krishna is the original primeval Lord from whom everything emanates. The all-pervasive feature of the Lord experienced within the manifested world is also a partial representation of the Lord. Paramatma therefore is included within him. He is the absolute personality of Godhead. He has nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material manifestation because he is far above the material creation. Darkness is a pervasive representation of the sun, and therefore the existence of darkness depends on the existence of the sun. But in the sun proper, there is no trace of darkness. As the sun is full of light only, similarly the absolute personality of Godhead beyond the material existence is full of bliss. Can you ask what is darkness to a sun? Sun, Mr. Sun, you want to know what is darkness? What is darkness? I don't know, because can you go and where is darkness? I'll go and find him. Oh, wherever the sun will go to find darkness, that place darkness will go away. There won't be darkness. Similarly, Lord Krishna is full of bliss, ananda. And ultimately, everybody is looking for this ananda, ananda mayobhyasat. We're looking for this ananda in different places. Once what happened, there was one fellow. This person, he was frantically searching something. He was finding something outside his house. He was finding something outside his house in the garden, park, very frantically. And there was a passerby who went and he saw that this person is seriously searching something. I think he's very tensed. So he went up to him and asked, what are you doing? He said, I'm searching for my engagement ring. My wife's gone out. I need to find it before she comes back, otherwise she'll kill me. He said, all right, I'll help you. So they search very frantically, and he searches so well. So there is no ring here at all. It doesn't seem to be there. May I just ask, where did you lose your ring? He said, I lost my ring inside my house. What? You lost your ring inside your house? Then what are you doing here, man? He said, anyways, there's power cut. There is electricity power cut. There's no power in the house, so I thought, why do waste time? So let me. What will you call this person? Stupid, foolish, idiot, moron, whatever comes to your mouth. You call all these things to this person. And the same words apply to all of us also. Why, Prabhuji? What did we do? You know how the Anand is in Krishna, but we are still looking for that Anand in Maya. The Ananda is in Krishna, but you are still looking for it in Maya, all these places. That's the problem with us. The hope, this material world, the hope doesn't go. How much ever frustrated a person is, still he has hope. We shall overcome someday. We will definitely become successful in enjoying Maya. This is the problem, right? But Krishna is so merciful that he has come in so many incarnations. Okay, fine. You don't like uh, this Krishna avatar, Saumya Roop. I'll come as Narsim Dev. One of my colleagues, brahmacharis, he was going in US with his laptop, and his laptop cover was Narsim Dev Bhagwan. And there was a man who came running from the other end. Hey, 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 hey! What's this, man? This picture is so very cool. Because there was a tenacious form, Ugra Rupa of Narsim Dev. It's so cool, man. I like this. I like it. Who is he? It's this Narsim Dev Bhagwan. How Narshinga. Can I have a photo with him? I said, you can keep this photo, he said. Keep it. May you win your heart. So some people like that form of Narsim Dev Bhagwan. I know one, recently we had a South India yatra. So there's a place near Melkote called Bhuvaraha Swami. So that temple was completely empty. And there was one boy who stood there and took darshan for 2 hours. He said, no, I used to hate pigs. I used to hate pigs, such abominable, filthy creatures who eat stool. But I love this boy. He's nice. He just stood there and went off. And there was no pujari, nobody. You could just take darshan of the Lord unlimitedly. He stood there for 2 hours. He said, Prabhuji, can I stay for more time? He got so enchanted by the darshan. He said, I want to wait there for more time. Normally, if people want some land, of course, for the temple, land or property for the temple, we go and pray there. So even I stood there for half an hour. You all can understand. Of course, it's for the Lord that I want to do. So, and immediately that evening, I got a phone call with some good news. I'm not going to reveal further story. Let's go back. The point is, Lord is coming different incarnations just to enchant our hearts and to give us that bliss. And He's present as Paramatma to constantly remind us, I'm here. Please, please don't go to Maya. Turn to me. I'll give you Ananda, bliss, the real bliss that you're looking for, which you're not going to get anywhere else. Next. He is not only full of bliss, but also full of transcendental variegatedness. Transcendence is not at all static, but is full of dynamic variegatedness. He is distinct from material nature, which is complicated by the three modes of material nature. He is Parama, or the chief. Therefore, he is absolute. He has manifold energies, and through his diverse energies, he creates, manifests, maintains, and destroys the material world. In his own abode, however, everything is eternal and absolute. The world is conducted not by the energies of powerful agents, but by themselves, but by the potent, all-powerful with all energies. Dynamic variegatedness. Prabhuji, what is this dynamic variegatedness? See, everything about Krishna consciousness is also dynamic and variegatedness. How? Is there only one way to do bhakti? No, Navavida bhakti. You don't like one process, no problem, do something else, but do bhakti, Navavida bhakti. 9 ways. Kirtan, is there only one tune? No, there's so many tunes of kirtans. So many tunes of artis, you can sing the way you want. There's variety. Prasadam. Usually, before coming to Krishna consciousness, most of them have conception of prasad. It must be some tal mishri, kadi sakar, some small laddu, some particles of rice. This is what we think is prasad. Nobody can imagine prasad can be paneer sabji, gulab jamun, puri, kadi, pulao, raita. I hope it's not Ekadashi there, right? We are planning our Dwadashi menu. Oh, it's Ekadashi there. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not breaking your fast. But anyways, some flavor. I can give. Okay, Sabudana vada. Okay, that's Ekadashi doesn't have much varieties. Yeah, there is kuttu ke pakode. There is Rajgira halwa. All these beautiful items. There's Rajgira puri. I ate Ekadashi. I have eaten in Juhu temple. It was many years back when I'd gone to do my teacher's training course in Juhu. I'd eaten Ekadashi sandwich. I've taken Ekadashi pizza. I had Ekadashi burgers. It's all available. All Ekadashi versions available. Too good. So there is variety. Even devotees, there are variety. Not that every time you have only one speaker. Every speaker has their own taste. Yes, every devotee gives a good class because Krishna empowers them to speak unique realizations. And that's so blissful. Rasas, there are 5 rasas. Shantaras, Dasyaras, Sakyaras, Vachalyaras, Madhuryaras. Even in gopis there is variety. Left wing gopis, right wing gopis. So full of varieties. In fact, every single speck of dust in Vrindavan and Vaikuntha is person. It's a variety. And every dust is different. In fact, scientists have researched. They did research on snowflakes. Does it snow in Canada? Not this season, but it might snow after some 5 months. 4-5 months it snows. Correct? Okay. Yes, bro.
It snowed last week, bro.
Oh, it's summer. Okay, there's nothing like summer in Canada. If it snows in summer, then what must be happening in winter? My God. If summers are snow, it's summer there also, right? So called.
Yeah, yet to come.
It snows in summer, Prabhu. You can imagine what happens in winter. You must be getting frost bites. Anyways, so the scientists analyzed the snowflakes, and every snowflake is unique. There is variety there also. So there is variety in the spiritual material creation. Then why there cannot be spiritual variety in spiritual creation? I'll just like to show you all quickly, connected to this theme only. The energies of Lord. Shri, the different energies of Lord, by which he creates the variety. Shri means the potency of wealth. Pushti, strength. Gir, knowledge. Kanti, beauty. Kirti, fame. Tushti, renunciation. Ila, she is the creation potency. Urja is the pastime potency. In this world she comes as Tulsi Maharani. Vidya, Avidya, they are the external energies. Shakti, Ladini Shakti, internal potency. And Maya, who is the basis of Vidya and Avidya. So these are all the different Shaktis explained very nicely in the purport. 10th Canto, 39th chapter, 53 to 55. Those of you who want to know this Shaktis in detail. So they create the different varieties. So there is variety in Shakti also. And one Shakti which we should not forget is all of us. Jiva Shakti. We are also Shakti of Lord. And every Jiva is unique. Yes, so their Lord Vishnu is served with so much of variety. Yes. There is variety in food, right? In Prasad, you like variety. Correct? We all like. Imagine every time you come for the weekly program, what is Prasad today? Today Prasad is khichdi and chips. The next week come, what is Prasad today? Khichdi and chips. After 10 years, khichdi and chips. Oh, we want variety everywhere. Correct? Yeah, there's variety. Spiritual variety is amazing. It's possible by the Shaktis of Lord. We'll quickly complete these 2 verses. I think I'm short of time. I'll make it fast. Saeva jiva lokasya mahaya mohita chetasa vidatse swena viryena shreyo dharmadi lakshanam. And yet, though you are beyond the purview of material energy, you execute the 4 principles of liberation characterized by religion and so on for the ultimate good of the conditioned souls. I'll just read the bold part. He is eternally beyond the material manifestations. He descends out of his causeless mercy only to reclaim the fallen souls who are captivated by illusory energy. One is eternally the servitor of the Lord, and when he forgets his position, he thinks of enjoying the material world, but factually he is in illusion. The Lord descends to eradicate this false sense of enjoyment and thus reclaim conditioned souls back to Godhead. Okay. So, sometimes the president of a country can go inside the jail. He can go to the jail. And he comes to the jail, the prisoners start thinking, oh, today the president also has become a criminal. Come, join us. You have to stand in line with us and eat the filthy food that they give in the jail. Yes, you have to use the latrines that we use. You have to stay in the rooms that we stay. Is it true? No. The president is not come to the prison to serve a term of sentence. He has come to the prison to check the establishment if it's doing their job. He has come to the prison to check if there is somebody can be given mercy and excused. When there is a disciplinary improvement in your behavior and good conduct certificate is got by the jailer, you can be released. In fact, president has that power. If somebody appeals to the president, please, I've been given a death sentence. I'm going to die in next 1 month, but I appeal to you. I please, I beg, I pray. Kindly excuse me. I don't want to die. I promise to be a good citizen and contribute to the country. The president can immediately ask the prison ministry to release this person. Release him. I am telling you, release him. He has that power. This power is there with the president in almost every country. They can release the citizen. Presidential power is the first citizen. Right? So Krishna is performing this. He comes to this world not according to karma. He comes to take us off from this world. How many of you have one favorite Leela of Krishna? You have one favorite pastime of Krishna. Your favorite pastime. I can see only Amrit Hari Prabhu having pastime. Others all, what happened? You don't like Krishna Leela? You like Ramayana? Yes? Or you like Vishnu Puran? What do you like? You like Narsim Bhagwan, like that guy. Narsim Dev, tenacious. Yes? How many of you want to enter into that Leela? Yes, that should be our aspiration, to enter. But it all starts with beginning is Nama, Rupa, then Guna Leela. It all starts with hearing the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It starts with hearing the holy name. That's the beginning. I'll just complete the section that was allotted to me. Tathayam चावतारस्ते भुवो भारजिहीर्षया स्वानाम चानन्य भावानाम anudhyana cha asakrit. See, Krishna, what he does? He has come, you descend as an incarnation to remove the burden of the world and to benefit your friends, Swanam, especially those who are exclusive devotees, Ananya Bhakti, who have Ananya Bhav. Anya means they know nobody except Krishna. Anudhyana cha asakrit, who constantly are performing meditation. See, asakrit means more than once, means constantly. And anudhyan means repeatedly meditating, constantly in rapt attention only on Krishna. And what do? The one thing, the theme over here is Lord is everyone's father. He is not partial. He is everybody's father, so he is equal to all his children. And just as a father is concerned, yes, like some of the parents, maybe in the phase I'm sitting in amidst parents, they're in their phase where the son might leave to hostel. Yes, they might go to hostel for graduation, post-graduation. And especially in the first few days. I've seen Indian parents, they go personally. They take vacation and go to drop the child. Yes, personally. They arrange for the bedding, they arrange for all the things that the boy needs. They arrange for snacks. Don't worry, we don't know how the hostel food is going to be. To take this snacks, you eat this. I brought this pickles from home. I brought this sweets for you. Keep eating one. Please share with friends also, but you also eat. And so many things you buy and give. You're going to experience this very soon. And rope lines, everything arranged. Buckets, I remember, especially the IIT and IITs. Everything they arrange. They stay with the child. Yes, they stay with the child at least for 2-3 days. And I remember at least for the first 1 month, there's a call. Just like one should remember, Dhyayam Stuvam Tasya Yasyas Tri Sandhyam. Tri Sandhya we remember Guru. The mother also remembers the child. You had breakfast? Huh? You had lunch? You had dinner? So much concern. So if in this world parents have so much concern for the child, how much concern will Lord have? The child may be sometimes in the same country or maybe in the same city staying in hostel, just few miles away. And the parents are so much concerned, they want to meet the child every week. Yes, but then how much concern will the Lord have, who is actually, we have left the spiritual world and come to this material world so far. It's such a huge distance. So how much he's our father, how much concern he'll be having. Yes. So one thing we can do is to tell the Lord, we acknowledge your concern and we want to come back. We come back. Especially when the ship is shipwreck, or there's an air crash. So everybody is given a jacket, life jacket. And in the life jacket, there's also a whistle, which you have to keep blowing. Why? Because you may sometimes fall into the ocean where it's very cold. Your voice may get choked up. You cannot shout. I know many of you would have seen the Titanic. Wish they would have given everybody a whistle. Yes. So there is whistle attached. So you can call. If you're missing, you're stuck, you whistle. So our whistle is here. And this is the hole for the whistle. See this hole? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Last verse, I'll just read it. Don't worry, I'll not explain. We are already over time. Kim idam switkuto veti deva deva na vedmyaham sarvato mukhamayati teja paramadarunam. Before we go to translation, what happened? How did we begin this section? Before that, why this section came at all? Brahmastra! It was released. The Brahmastra was released and the whole universe was in trouble. And Arjuna is in his own ecstasy of offering prayers. See, this is devotee. Even if he is in the greatest of danger, first what he'll do? First he'll offer prayers. And now after reciting 22, 23, 24, 25, after 4 slokas, now he comes to the point. Yes. Normally people in this world are very, very matlabi. They come directly to, I called you for this reason. And sometimes people fake it. How are you? How are you, children? Everything going nice, na? Acha, tell me this. They come to the point. But Arjuna genuinely offered these prayers. And now he's asking, oh Lord of the Lords, how is it that this dangerous effulgence is spreading all around? Where does it come from? I do not understand. Anything that is presented before the personality of Godhead should be done after due presentation of respectful prayers. Yes. First prayers, then performance. First prayers, then problem. P for prayers, P for problem. P for prayers, then perform. Normally we perform, then pray. I should actually, it should go right. No, first pray, then perform. Similarly, first pray, then express your problem. That is the standard procedure. And Sri Arjuna, point to be noted, although an intimate friend of the Lord is observing this method of general information. See, Arjuna had such a relationship, he could have just patted, hey Krishna, hey, what is this, man? It's troubling me so much. Take care of it. He can order Krishna like that. That is the depth of their relationship. But Arjuna is still following the etiquette. I was just reading Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto 47th chapter, where Krishna and Uddhava both go to Kubja's house. So Kubja gives a seat for Uddhava. Uddhava does not sit on the seat. He touches the seat like this and he sits on the floor. Although being the most intimate friend of Krishna, who doesn't leave Krishna for one moment, he's always with Krishna. In fact, he is kind of a counselor to Krishna. Krishna takes advice from Uddhava. Still, Uddhava had that reverence, respect, and the prayerful attitude. So that's what Arjuna and Uddhava teach us, right? We sometimes enter the temple hall without offering Dandavat Pranam. I've done it 2-3 times. No, we can't neglect these principles. Man mana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. We're supposed to follow all this. We can't neglect these principles. Yes. So even in Samudra Manthan Leela, if you see the first demigods go to Dham, they offer prayers. And they say, Lord, you know why we have come. We are not telling you that. You know it. So please give a solution. And same way, when Mother Cow, in the Mother Earth in the form of a cow, approaches Brahma, then I'm burdened with sins. She goes to Brahma, then Brahma takes everybody to meet the Lord. There also, first they offer prayers, full chapter of prayers. And after that, they tell their problem. And normally Krishna, the problem is one verse, that's it. Prayers are so many verses. Because they know, if we do our sadhana in proper consciousness, there won't be problems. Problems only exist to make us alert in this material world. Problems only exist to make us serious devotees. Problems only exist to get us closer to Krishna. There is no other purpose of problems coming in our life. And problems come in the lives of such great devotees, Mahabhagavat, only to teach all of us this lesson that just see how surrendered they are. Although they are competent, they take shelter of Krishna. They don't solve things on their own. Although this might break their faith, but they are still very steady and they are unshaken in any circumstances. So no matter what happens, a devotee knows nobody but Krishna. So that is called Ananya Bhakti. And Pandavas are actually Ananya Bhaktas. Right? So this was the section given to me. I think we'll just in a minute, half a minute or minute, we'll just quickly summarize what we studied. There has to be some contemplation, right? So we initially saw that how this section has come about because Ashwatthama released the Brahmastra. Then Arjuna does not immediately express his problem. He starts offering his prayers. Yes, and he says, Krishna, you're the person who is the source of fearlessness. Then we saw that how Arjuna takes shelter of Krishna, who is his guru also, spiritual master, and he addresses Krishna as the Adi Purusha, the real Adi Purusha, not the one they show in movies. And then we saw the different energies of Lord who create the variety. Then we saw how Krishna has come in this material world as a matter of mercy, just to release us from this world. He has no other purpose. And Krishna is especially merciful to those who are Ananya Bhava, who have Ananya Bhava, and who constantly meditate on him. As such, he is everybody's father, and who is just looking for us to take his shelter, just looking at us with that hope. And finally, although being an intimate friend of Krishna, Arjuna is also showing us the right etiquette to first start prayers and then present your problem or your project or anything else. First prayer, then everything else. Even we used to go to school, I remember. First prayer, then studies or anything else. Yes. So I thank all of you very much. I took 10 minutes extra. I had come late from an Ekadashi Kirtan. That was the reason I had to go 10 minutes late. I'm so sorry. I beg forgiveness from the organizers for extending.
Thank no, thank you, Prabhu. In fact, if you want to speak more, we are all very excited to hear more from you. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Is it okay,
Your
Prabhu,
kindness. Yeah, I
if
can
you
take two questions. Two questions.
do? Okay, okay.
One Prabhuji, one Mataji preferably. So that both get a chance. Preferably.
Okay. Maybe Prabhu, I'll speak the first one. So, uh, like in case of Arjuna, he knew Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and similarly, we understand that the Lord is there. Everything that happens is as per the will of the Lord. Like we say, not even the blade of grass moves without His will. And if we consider the situation, Arjuna has lost his son. Uh, it there cannot be anything more ghastly than for parents to see a child killed, and that too so brutally. It's not that he attained a virgati, or a glorious death as a kshatriya. So I know Krishna won't put us into such a drastic test, but even though small things happen, we know that Lord is the cause of it, and nothing happens without His will. A slight thought always comes in the mind, and we turn to the God, like when we are offering prayers, that why this has happened to me. Although we try to seek shelter and try to reason that please give me the strength to bear it and the knowledge to see it in the right way, but that little bit of dissatisfaction is there. Lord, why did you do this to me? And similarly, considering this example, like how can a devotee have just having undergone such a experience and then taking a vow and then now seeing danger everywhere? How is it even possible to think of Lord and start praying to Him? Uh, or what we can, at least at our stage, we can start with to develop that maybe an iota of such an attitude in ourselves.
Yes. Thank you for your very sincere question, Prabhu. Usually blaming, wailing, accusing, ABC mode we call it. Accusing, blaming, and criticizing. This is a symptom of very poor consciousness, poor sadhana. This happens. If it is a fact. Whenever we blame the Lord, we accuse somebody else, accuse Lord of being like this. So that is a symptom of very poor sadhana or poor faith. Of course, again, it boils down to poor sadhana, poor faith, poor conviction that we have in the Lord, which actually comes up. It's good it has come up. But it's very essential that we take shelter of a devotee who is stable, inspired, and mature, who is above us. and reveal our mind in confidence. We shouldn't directly go and blame the Lord, criticize the Lord. If you're feeling like doing that, don't do that. Yes, because that also becomes an offense. It is an offense. So best is we go and reveal it to a devotee of the Lord. We go and reveal it to a devotee of the Lord and express our heart that this is what I am feeling. How do I take it in positive light? I'm not able to see anything good in it. Now here in this case, Arjuna has lost his sons. See, in those times there was no difference between my son, my brother's son. No, he's lost his 5 sons. It is a 5 sons for everybody. The grief is equal for all sons. It's not that he was my son, I was most attached to him. No, all 5 were his children. They were all Pandavas were one unit. So he's lost 5 sons, and the only sons of Draupadi. This was a very, very big blow for Arjuna. But we need to understand that Arjuna he's always Krishna conscious. He's very conscious of Krishna, just like Srivas Thakur. He was Gauranga conscious. He also lost his son. He heard something and he went to his wife and told, if you make more noise and Mahaprabhu's Kirtan gets disturbed, you will find one more dead body. I will also die. So just keep quiet. Now, this is a consciousness which cannot be imitated for sure. And we pray we don't get such tests also. Because we are not so surrendered to get the tests. But what we may get something like, okay, fine, person, his tire got punctured when he was coming to temple. Or he lost one teeth, he fell down, lost one teeth. Lost his teeth. Or he lost his keys of car. Something like that. Even that we are disturbed. So Krishna ensures he gives us the tests which we can pass. Because they are all tests. Just like, for example, if you are in grade 2, you will get a question paper of grade 2. You will not get a question paper of grade 12. The student will get frustrated. He will get putrefied. He will never come to school again. He will get nightmares when he hears exams. We get 12th standard question paper. Krishna doesn't do that. Right? He gives you a question paper that you can solve. Because even the teacher wants to pass. No teacher who makes a question paper with an intention all my students should fail. No. In fact, if the students fail, it's the teacher who has failed. Right? So Krishna gives you an exam which you can pass. But even to pass that, we have to cheat. Which means, no, cheating is allowed. In Bhakti, you have to go and take shelter of Vaishnava. I am a fool. I know nothing. You tell me. Yes, what should I do? You tell. What should I do? One should, of course, shouldn't one go for every small thing we go to superior? No, if you're disturbed. You're so disturbed that we get into this ABC mode. Accusing, blaming, criticizing. We got into that mode. Let's not pollute our consciousness further. Better go to a devotee. Is that okay? So our Amrit Hari Prabhu has made up for 2 people's question, and he has follow-up also.
No, thank you, bro. Yeah.
There's one question, I guess, from the Mataji's side.
Yeah.
Normally there are 2 computers. One shows OGs, one shows
हरे कृष्णा
Paras
प्रभु।
Prabhu. Okay, Hare Krishna.
क्या द्रौपदी के 5 पुत्र कृष्णा डिवोटी नहीं थे? Why Krishna didn't try to save?
So the question is, the 5 sons of Draupadi were also devotees of Krishna. So why Krishna didn't save them?
As he tried to save Uttarasan.
Like Parikshit Maharaj was saved, but they were not saved. So why that discrimination?
There is a reason for that. If you see, Abhimanyu was also called early. And many ask, why was Abhimanyu called early? Because Abhimanyu is the son of Indra in the heavens. And Indra had sent Abhimanyu for this Leela, and he told, please come back fast. Don't stay too late. So Krishna ensured that Abhimanyu leaves early for his services there, because he's feeling separation. So Krishna doesn't do anything without a cause. I have not specifically or explicitly heard about 5 children of Draupadi, but definitely there must be a similar cause for this also. The demigod's children don't want to stay separate from them, so they have called them early. So that's the explanation we hear for Abhimanyu, and the same explanation can be extrapolated. I have not heard. Abhimanyu I've heard, others I have not heard. So there must be some logical, sensible reason like this. Okay? That's what I want to say. Because Krishna is a Lord who operates with a head, intelligent head, and a very kind heart. Yes, head and heart, both. He's a genius intellectually. At the same time, he's very caring emotionally. We will not do something which is insensitive. We should trust the Lord here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. What is next program? Prasad?
We will do Kirtan Prabhu for because we got to know that the health of His Holiness
Yes.
Gopal Krishna
Exactly.
Maharaj and
We just did
Jayapataka.
Kirtan. I came from that program
Yeah.
only. Please let us all pray. In fact, this particular Bhagavatam class also, I would like to offer it as an offering for His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So as I am his humble servant, I would like to offer it to Maharaj. Maharaj's help is very critical, and we request all devotees to kindly pray. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grand Transcript Bhagavatam ki. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. And I think Prabhuji. No, Prabhu, I just wanted to officially thank you and request all the devotees to thank you by loudly chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. And also share the good news that your visa has been approved. So we will hope to see you here in person amongst all of us very soon, Prabhu. We are all excited, and many devotees have started planning about the classes also. So
My God.
hopefully we'll have your in-person association very soon. So we're very
That's
excited.
awesome.
Thank you
That's all
so
I can
much
say.
for giving
That's
us your
awesome.
time. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.